Welcome to the video, guys. Here I am once again. Now it has been 2 months when I started when I have booted up the game. Now Drive Club has been very close to my heart because it was 29th March, my last exam of 10th grade, and I just couldn't resist. I didn't even change the uniform. I didn't even reach my house. On the way there was chroma, and I just said, Dad, stop the car right there. We are going to buy the PS4, just as he promised, because he said he's gonna buy it after the exams, but he didn't know I'm gonna ask it for right there and then. Now, the reason I tried this track today and I thought of coming back to this game is because um, I just love the track, because you can already see the track is quite cinematic. The There's a lot of cinematic trackside cameras. All these views I'm seeing, all these views you are seeing is all trackside cameras. Okay, keep that in mind. It's all trackside cameras. Now here there's Ando, Sanders, then there's on the okay, sorry, I missed it. But here there's Sanders here. Then after that there's Chande, I think, and then last one on the right is me. That's what all I know. When it's gonna come back, I'm gonna tell you again. I forget names. That's the thing. And the problem with me is that I just talk. I try to talk too fast for commentary, but then I don't have practice of commentary, so I just screw it all up. But coming back to the point, Drive Club has been very very close to my heart, because when I bought this PS4, I was so excited that I forgot to buy extra games, and then all I had was Drive Club. So for about a good week or two, it was all I was having. And because the PS4 was new and I had holidays, I had nothing to study, and I had just studied for so long, so hard, for I don't know, 4 hours a day sometimes, 5 hours a day sometimes. I felt absolutely bored. So the only thing I used to do was play on the PS4, because outside in my colony the kids are a little too young, you know. Either the kids are a little too young or they're a little too old. Here we have Ando, then they have on the left we had that again I forgot the name. There's Sanders in blue car, in the green car there's Chande, in the black car that's Smith, and in the red and black and white car in last place that was me. Now I know only some people here, and we're gonna start the replay in no time. But I just want to say that this was the first game I ever played, and it's an absolute shame that I have taken so long to actually feature this, because I already have one video, I think, of Detroit Become Human on it, on the channel. I didn't put on or most other videos of Detroit, because I used to pause a lot in the middle. Not in the middle. I used to pause a lot in between episodes, like in between the chapters on the story, because it was choice, and sometimes I needed more time to make a choice. So I used to stop, I used to pause the game, just take my time and then choose. So if I would have recorded all of that, and because I cannot edit on my PS4, if I recorded all that, you had to wait a long time, in order to um, see the actual thing. Now again, we have second. Oh, on the second place that was actually Sunday. Here, I don't. I the cars. Some cars are so similar. I can't even get who's who. But okay. Without further ado, let's start the race. Here we're gonna start the race. This track is very cinematic, and it gives you very good replays of trackside camera. That's why I tried it. And here we go. I have a brilliant start there. I took a P11 almost at the very straight there, and this is me taking P11. I had a slight collision with the barrier there, and there's somebody who went completely outside. Oh, that's me. Yup, that's me. And this is the moment. This is the moment when I started to think, dude, these 25 laps are going to be the longest 25 laps in my life, because I literally thought I would not be able to catch up. Now, if we switch perspectives to the player who is technically, I think, a place ahead of me in the grid. We have actually the person who is currently going first. I don't know who it is. I think it is. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me turn the tags on, and it is Smith apparently. Yeah, Smith was leading. She was leading. Hannah Smith was leading in under on her tail. They were leading the whole thing with Brooks on third actually. I was so far back, I can't even tell you that. Now, switching back to my perspective. I was right there on their tail. I was last place, 12th. And then I just took everyone by storm. Here you can see trackside camera, switching to trackside camera. Rodrigo, I was closing in on Rodrigo Martinez, and this is the point where I actually collided with Diego. As I dive bombed, you can see I braked late and I just took over two people, Peter Nelson and Rodrigo Martinez. So we are Martinez's perspective right now. He was going on last. Now switching to me, or who did I switch to? I switched to, I don't know, Ando maybe. Ando and Smith are side by side there. Two wide movement there, and then it's a whole ruckus. And now I'm just going to pause it right here as I'm going to switch to me now. Where am I? Where am I? Is this me? I think it is. No, this is not me. And okay, let me just switch. Hannah Smith, no. What did they know? Don't we have Anderson? Wait a minute, guys. Let me just switch a little bit. No, and now this is my perspective. Now, from my perspective, if you look at the race from a little time back, you see me right here in P6 or P7, somewhere around that. And this turn, actually, we had such a great exit. I started building on speed, and now we overtake everyone in a huge overtake spree. In a huge combo, I literally overtook everyone. You just saw that happening. Let me just rewind that. Now, if you look at this, I can move the camera like that. I just had slight air time, you can see that. And here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 people just off of it, and I am on first place now. Now we're gonna switch the cameras to trackside camera. Here, this was the first place I took. Now Smith was giving me some competition over there. I was in second place right now. Sorry, it was Brooks, and Brooks was first now. Behind me was, I think it is Sergio Ruiz, and there's Brooks in front of me. There's me in the second place, and then there's Ruiz in third. Was going on a really good race, a really good one actually. I was still on second. I tried to attack him from the outside, didn't quite work. The distance was a little too much, and here I am from the outside line on the straight. I came in and took the first place. This was the exciting two wide movement. Look at that two wide movement on the corner there, on the starting of the corner. Let me rewind there. This is the outside line. I'm going from the outside line, taking the P1, taking the first place there, snatching away the first place. And this here we were on another two wide movement where he was giving me some competition. Behind me is Sergio Ruiz, I think. Yes, it is Sergio Ruiz, and behind them is Ando, I think. And this is the point when I built up a huge amount of lead from the rest of the track, from the rest of the crowd. And I was zooming in through the circuit. I was doing insane. I was setting fastest laps after fastest laps after fastest laps on this point of time. Now this race is actually incomplete because this was a whole 25 lap race. There was a 30-minute timer set for video clips, so I couldn't quite get it that nicely, but it was 11 laps that it recorded, 11 and a half or something. And now Ando is now, okay, let me just show you the replay. Let me just show you how it worked. rewind there from Nilsson's point of view. Actually, let's come forward a little bit. Let's actually come forward a little bit. Now Ando's perspective here. Now here, this is, oh, look at that, Ando taking, oh, overtaking over it was, I think, Brooks. He was doing competition to Brooks, and he actually overtook somebody else. And this is actually Nichols in second place. There's still Brooks in third. It's Ando in fourth, and Ando is actually getting some competition from Smith there. Now Smith has shifted down to fourth, or I think fifth or something. Or he's even further back, I don't know. But there's a moment that is coming, dudes. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's coming. It's a big moment, and there's none of my crashes are actually recorded in this one apparently, where there was only 11 laps. And look at that, Ando and Nichols side by side, but this is not what the moment is. The moment is very close, but this is not what it is. This is not how it looks like. This is not how it looks like. And oh, this is not, oh, okay, we are just a lap earlier, or 2 laps earlier. You can see Arjun Chande back in P5 or P6 or whatever that is. Arjun Chande actually had a really nice race. He was in qualifier P2 actually, but he crashed and then he made it back up to P5 and he finished at P6. Now Brooks, Nichols and Ando fighting it out with Ruiz in the back. Now if I just push it back a little bit, now if I switch perspectives and show you what it is, you'd actually be shocked seeing what is about to come here. We are looking from Ruiz's perspective, and there, look at that. Wait a second, let me just rewind there and just look at the way he overtakes everybody on this very corner. And there we go, that's Nichols done, Brooks done, Ando in the front, Sergio Ruiz in third. Is Ando. He's giving competition to Ando. He's attacking Ando from outside. He tries a switchback, but Ando blocks him on the inside line. He doesn't give him space to go in from the inside of the Ando, going from inwards to in the corner. Now Ando is actually facing another problem. Sergio Ruiz, he blocks it out. He goes slower. Brooks overtakes him. Nichols overtakes him. The Italian superstar coming in the way. Arjun Chande, the Indian racer, also overtaking Ruiz. This is the downfall of Ruiz starting up here. Arjun Chande is actually doing a nice race here. We can see that from the back here. Now this is the main point of action. Now Smith is gonna come out of nowhere. Let's look at it. Smith is gonna come out of nowhere. Seriously, girls, Smith is a very good racer. Don't underestimate her. He's really good. Now we see Arjun Chande closing in on Nichols. Look at that. Look at that. He almost closed in. He was so close until Nichols actually blocked him out. Now there it is forming a huge long train of people. Actually a long train of people. I'm going up first, so I'm not gonna show. Oh, there we go. Nichols is down to P4. We have Arjun on P3. Look at that. Sorry, P4. Sorry. Or is it P5? No, actually it's P4. In the guy in the front is actually new. So it's P4 for him, and it's Arjun Chande here, and he is doing a great race. He's doing a great job here. Brooks and Ando are fighting it out, and actually, and there is my collision. There in the first place, there you see, from Ando's perspective, if I just go back 5 seconds, that is where I crashed a little bit. And you see again, look at me in front of him, and that on the corner over there, I crashed into the barrier a little bit. Ando actually closed in quite a bit after that, but I was so fast that he wouldn't get close to me. He couldn't get close to me. Now I went slightly off track and he closed me further. He was putting me under pressure of going faster, because now it was really hard for me. Now looking from my side, my angle there. Now this is something that I couldn't do. Now I'll show you again. Look at that drift going through, and this was the hardest part of the whole thing. Now here I finished the lap. I'm gonna get back to Arnold's perspective. Here there's Brooks and Arnold fighting it out. Brooks momentarily takes the second position there. Brooks fighting it out until Chande actually giving a good fight to Arnold there. Again, Brooks is through. Brooks is through the second place. And now Arnold and Chande are fighting it out. From behind the Chande there is Nichols who's constantly shunting him, putting him under pressure, but still Chande doesn't give a fuck. He goes on the side of Arnold. They're side by side. There's a too wide moment there, but too sad. He goes on. Chande goes a little slow, breaks a little early, gets a little, nervous of crashing. Rodrigo Martinez sees the opportunity and comes into P4. Gordon Chande switches back into P5, but he doesn't give up. Oh, Tobias Anderson, the cheeky little snaky boy, just shunts everyone outside of the whole thing in Renault colors. I don't know why he's in Renault colors. Seriously, not sponsored, guys. Renault was not in this race. There was no teams in this race. But apparently they are the same colors. And now okay. I'm going to just rewind a little bit and keep looking from Brooks' perspective. Because now this is what is fun. Meanwhile, when that was happening, when Chande was actually losing, I was also on the breaking point. I almost thought I lost the first place because I went too wide over there. Todd Brooks took the first place. Todd Brooks took the P1. Behind him was Hannah Smith. Where did she come from? Damn, dude. Oh, sorry. She was going last there. And I'm gonna rewind a little bit more. And this is when I go wide. And Hiroji Ando just squeezes in second place. He just has a slight contact with me as well. Now Brooks goes slow for some reason. I come from the back, collide with everyone, and I just go from the inside, from the outside. So it's from the outside in front of everyone, gaining my P1 back, essentially proving that P1 is only mine. Now Brooks has a very interesting race. You'll see it. Actually, I don't know how much of the race is left, but this is a very interesting moment. He could have gone on the outside and tried to attack me, but he didn't try to do that. Apparently, somehow, for some reason, he didn't try. And Ando also is looking at all of this from the third place. Having an interesting race. Tobias Anderson also has a really interesting race. This is a really interesting phase in his race. Because even though he's going in a really good pace here, he actually finishes around P10, P9 at the end of lap 25. At the end of the whole race, actually. But if I hadn't spun out on the final sector, off the final lap, I would have made P1. And here is Nichols going on the inside of Anderson, and here's Arjun Chande going on the inside of Anderson. Interesting race going on there. Anderson still doesn't give up, still takes it on the inside of Arjun, still takes it. Tobias always on fire right now. Now switching to Nichols here. Nichols is going good. For him it's a good race, almost, because he finished third at the end of lap 25. I don't know how much of the race is left, but there's an interesting moment where it's a 3-wide moment between Brooks, Ando and Nichols, and then Smith comes out of nowhere actually. So I should probably switch up to Smith. We're going to switch up to Smith. There's Saunders, there's Diego Montes. Montes also has a very interesting race, and now I'm going to switch to Hannah Smith now. Look at Hannah Smith. She is actually the only female on the grid, but she does a lot better than a lot of males. Like, she beats up a lot of males in this race. There's a 3-wide movement. Like, let me just rewind a little bit. Now you can just kind of move up to Rodrigo Martinez, or I should say Chande. Then that's even better. There's a 3-wide movement between Nelson, who's that? Martinez, Arjun and Nelson for a very brief period, and then Nelson goes on the inside. Hannah goes on the inside as well, sees the opportunity and goes on the inside, and then with Nelson, she's closing in on Nelson as well, and she overtakes Nelson like anything, like it's nothing. It's a 3-wide moment between Nelson, Chande and it's a 3-wide moment between Nelson, Chande and Hannah Smith. Look at that. Chande goes on the inside, takes up the place. Nelson goes in the far back. Hannah Smith is stuck in the middle, sandwiched. And here we see behind her is Diego Montes and Peter Nelson. They are the only people last. See, I think she's in P10. Chanda is in P9. This is a huge line that has been formed. I don't know why. I think somebody is going slow in that line. I think that is at the very end. I don't know who that is exactly. I think there is somebody who's going very slow. But this is the straight where Hana just goes in fire apparently somehow. He just dive bombs a lot of people through. And you're gonna see it. In a couple of laps you're gonna start to see it. And Tobias. And here we go. Okay, here. You're gonna see it from Nicole's perspective, or it's better to see it from Ando's perspective. Ando throws this on Todd Brooks to take the P2, but actually Todd Brooks is still on the inside, better racing line, still stays on P2. Ando is on P3, and here comes Nicole from the back of Ando. They have a two wide movement on the straight. Nicole just about makes it momentarily into P3, but Ando has a better racing line. He stays in P3. He stays right where he is. He doesn't give away his position. Tobias Anderson looking at the Aston from the back, not having that much participation. Oh, I was wrong. He takes over he overtakes Nichols. Oh wait, Nichols and Hannah Smith are actually having a two wide movement, and Hannah Smith overtakes Nichols there for momentarily before Nichols actually pushes her to the outside, and Nichols comes on the inside, takes the place. Now Nichols is attacking Anderson. Nichols overtakes Anderson. Hannah on the other side. Anderson, embarrassing movement for him. Hannah Smith is now on fire at this point. She is going for the win apparently. Actually, she's going really good. Now this is the moment when I was talking about. There was about to come. There is Nichols, there is Todd Brooks, there is Ando in second place. Todd is actually in third, and Nichols is actually in fourth, and then we have Hannah Smith in fifth. Now we're going to see it from Hannah's perspective. This is going to be an interesting one. Keep looking, guys, keep looking. Now, Todd Brooks. Now, let me explain what happens. Todd Brooks went slightly to the inside. Ando and Nichols went on the outside and did a double overtake on Todd. Let's rewind, and I'm going to show you what happened from Todd's perspective. From Nichols' perspective, maybe. From Todd's perspective right now. He goes slightly on the outside, and this is the moment when actually everyone thinks that they are going to overtake him, and actually they actually do. Two of them actually do. Ando and Nichols actually overtake Todd Brooks. This was one of the largest mistakes Todd could ever make throughout this race. Let's continue. And when Hannah comes from the back, even she overtakes him for his place, but he doesn't let her. And we have a two wide movement between Hannah. In front we have Ando in third and Nichols in second. I'm still going first in this one. Todd doesn't let Hannah through. He still maintains his fourth position. Ando in third. Ando is trying to attack. Nichols from the inside. He almost goes it. Doesn't quite work out on his way. Doesn't quite work out. Still stays third. Loses too much speed. But Hannah just comes out of nowhere. Gives a good overtake. Let me just rewind there. Look at it from Hannah's perspective at this point. Look at that. Look at that overtake. Clean overtake from the side. Embarrassing movement for Ando, where he was trying to get to P2, but now it's slipped down to P4. This is why we say, dudes, you don't go into greed. Greed is the worst thing in the world. This is why greed is one of the most evils, biggest of evils. You know, now, rewinding, eh? Now at this point, if Hannah wanted, she could have went slightly on the inside of the turn and actually tried to attack Nichols, take that inside line. But she apparently went for the collision there. Now she went with the collision, and then she slowed down. Ando attacked her, but she actually maintained her line, stayed a little bit on the inside. And now there's a whole train that is formed in the back. And Hannah Smith actually having a really good time right now for a good part of this race. And the recording is about to end any time now. I think there's one more lap left. And then he tries to attack Nichols there. Slows down a little too much. And now she is losing her position to Ando. For the very same reason Ando lost a position or lost his position to her. Amazing action here. Amazing action for the battle for P2. I'm still in very distance in from P1. You literally saw me for a very short period of time. You can see me on the turn on that corner over there in the first place. Yeah, actually it's really difficult to see. I don't know if you can see me or not. Ando here, Hana here. Hana overtakes Ando. Oh, somebody came in with a huge bang. Like Diego coming from one side, Tobias on the other. Now this is the moment where Hana starts to fall back, apparently. Now Tobias has come from one side, Montez on third place. This is what the point of it. Montez came in from nowhere, apparently. The Brit is absolutely on fire here with yellow colors, yellow and green, I think. He qualified as, I think, P9, apparently. And he made it this far. It's actually really surprising. I think this is the replay is about to end anytime soon now. It's gonna end absolutely anytime, I think. Or there's yeah, there. That's the end of the replay. So yeah, this is how much it is recorded. Tobias was here, Hana was here. You can. This was the whole scene. Here I'm just started third sector. There's this Anderson right here. Then there's Diego Montes right here. Tobias Anderson right here. Hana. Let's start counting here. Let's start counting. This is me, P1. Then this is I think this is what is the name again? Nichols. Antoine Nichols here on P2. There's Diego Montes on P3. There's Tobias Anderson on P4. Hannah Smith on P5. Sergio Ruiz on 6th. There's Peter Nilsson on 7th. There's Arjun Chande on 8th. There is, who's this? Who the fuck is this? Who the hell is this? Wait a minute. Rodrigo Martinez on 9th. Then we have Ando on 10th, apparently. On 10th position. Todd Brooks on 11th. And if Ando is on 10th right now, that means he had a very heroic run. Because I came second and Ando came first in this race at the end of 25 laps. I spun out on the last lap. Last sector I spun out, and Ando just saw. Even though I tried to save it on this very turn where the replay ended, I actually went on the mud. You can see on the back, you can see the gravel in the back. I actually went over the gravel. I was coming with so much power, I forgot about braking, and then I was trying to turn, but I instead drifted across into this chicane and gravel mix. And then by the time I made it back on track, Ando would have taken up the P1. Whoever was in P3, I don't remember. He was trying to take P2, but I squeezed him out, so I can retain the P2. And then because I was slower and everyone was faster than me, but I was not letting anyone get in front of me until I got to about 200 kilometers per hour. Everyone formed a train behind me. There was a huge train behind me, and Ando was out a full turn ahead of me. And then it was inevitable. I couldn't save it, and he just won. So thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for staying with me for this long. I know this has been long, but the race was actually longer. The race was 34 minutes long. It was a really long race, and I really loved it. Hopefully you loved it too. See you again. Goodbye. Keep racing. Keep loving it. Stay tuned. I'm gonna post some more videos in the coming days. So stay tuned on my channel. Stay with me. Support me through this. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Enjoy it. Do like it if you enjoyed even a damn second of this thing. So again, like, share, subscribe. And we all know what is important in racing. There's only 4 things that is important in racing. That is speed, love, passion, competition. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye bye.